do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates, all my balls on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass, yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me, and my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wildin' out. Matter of fact.
It's week 6 of the National Football League, and we've got the Bengals' sure-handed tight end. He got to the century mark in receiving last week with a pair of scores. It's the Bengals and the Saints, all that and more, coming up next.
The first opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New Orleans Saints. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Bengals in this matchup. Their run game has proven superior so far this season, but that could change this week because now they face the best defensive front in the NFL. It won't be easy for them, Charles, to let that ground game do the heavy lifting like they usually do.
I think you're right about that, and I'll guarantee they have a backup plan in place. I also don't think they want to shy away from what they do best, which is running the football. Maybe their style changes a little bit. Maybe the blocking scheme's different. But they're definitely going to test them in the run game before they abandon it.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, here's Trent Taylor. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra next man up since their Friday night light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
7 yards there and a first down. The Bengals in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And the offense last week, they certainly have things humming because if you can run up 40+ points a game, you certainly take a lot of pressure off of your defense, and you're not going to lose very often.
The numbers for Mixon last week, 15 carries, 74 yards.
It's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. There's Chris Olave. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. They'll look to throw here. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. Second and 4. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 17 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown.
I have to say, partner, the coaches didn't do a very good job of hiding their thoughts this week when they spoke with us, did they? They told us exactly this. We've been good on the ground, but sitting 8th in the league, we know we can kick it up a notch and push for the top 5. So there's no doubt in my mind, we'll see them try to establish that ground game early and try and pick up an early lead.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. 2nd and 5. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right. They want to run their offense through him.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 now. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on.
Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Tough to imagine any team wanting to give a player like this up in a trade. I know they're happy to have it.
It is amazing, isn't it? But we have seen big-time guys change teams. Jimmy Graham, Brandon Marshall, and their new teams are really excited to have them because they provide big-time targets.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 2nd and 6. They're looking for Williams, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll set up a throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
A 51-yard attempt.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake. Now a throw caught by one of their linemen. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. And that's not easy for the holder, whether it's the quarterback, whether it's the punter, just to get up from the knee and then have the wherewithal to make the pass to complete it.
Because when you're catching it, that's your first thing. You've got to catch the ball off the snap, and then you go into motion to do everything else. So you can't get ahead of yourself in the process. Otherwise, the play won't be successful. Well done on that one.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
That was big right there, because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were two things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. Second and goal from the 1.
Brings up second and goal.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Saints have taken the lead. So second and goal from the 1, they go to the air.
And the perfect down to throw the football in this sequence. Second down is always kind of that. Do they throw it? Do they run it? They worked it out to perfection on that one by throwing it into the end zone.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. That time a 9-play drive. And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. The Bengals offense returns to the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick slant caught by Chase. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Complete to Jamar Chase.
As Jamar Chase picks up a first down here, how about a quick reflection on his debut as a rookie? Set a new rookie receiving record and the Bengals franchise record with 1,455 yards and was 3rd in the league in touchdowns. He became only the 2nd rookie receiver named All-Pro since 1998, joining former LSU teammate Justin Jefferson, who did it in 2020.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage with just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will knot us up at 10. So it's 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. But I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us? Let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team, and for those players to figure out their roles, see them starting to elevate.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
To number 13. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Bengals.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. Back to throw. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The Saints in the hurry up here. Clock continuing to roll. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards to pick up there. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hill. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
They run. It's Kamara. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And the Bengals will get the football back. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now again, that's Hurst. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Back to throw again. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Now, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They'll throw now on the final play. And he floats one there, incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for the Bengals. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A 10th carry for Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Out of the gun now on third down. Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Bengals drive about to get going. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Cincinnati.
Now back to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He will find his man Chase complete. 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the top speed he attained there, according to Next Gen Stats, 21.3 miles per hour. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson this one away. Special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. Second and 3. The pass caught by Olave. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 35-yard line.
Here's second and 8. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. B.J. Hill coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Bengals take over first and 10. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Here's a second and 7. And a quick throw here that's complete.
The second down pass complete to number 13. It's a gain of 7. Brings up third and inches.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on third and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Mixing up the middle. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
The tackle made by DeMario.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Saints are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well. So
the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Kamara up the middle. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. So a decent deficit at this stage in the 2nd half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Kamara is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Good job there defensively to push him back on 1st down. I'm not sure if this is 4-down territory or not because they can kick the field goal and get it back within a score, but you know that's not what they're thinking right now. A field goal has to be their last option.
They'll run it with Kamara, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year, and the Saints are back within a score. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Lots of look to add the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. A drive that time of 6 plays, and the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Cincinnati.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw again. That is taken in by Hurst. Touchdown! Hayden Hurst. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bengals get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive winds up going 70 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with the Bengals at 25. How does the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here? Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. It's Hill, complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
To pick up the 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. He completes it to Olave. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 4. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
6-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And this is back down to a 7-point game. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Back to Mixon on second down. The second down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then against with the Eagles. And I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. The Saints coming out now to take the field. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth-quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 9 now. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down.
3rd and 6.
He'll look to throw. Back to Kamara for another catch. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. The stop there by Jay Tufele. They'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he is going to have a Saints first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Again, he's got that man Landry. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And they've got a fourth down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And the Saints are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Third and goal. Keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Bengals will get the football back. And that time they went with a fade on 4th and goal. Did not work out.
Now, how do you feel about that type of a call? Because I've been with you long enough. I don't think the fade route in that situation is one of your favorites.
I just think you're putting yourself into a corner. You don't have any margin for error, right?
I agree with you totally. You tend to run out of real estate. You've got to make sure you run that route so well that you're allowed to fade and catch the football and come down in bounds. I think that's one of the reasons we've seen the fade stop come into play so well, because now it's a little bit more of an easy throw.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They try to eat some clock with Mixon, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Here's Kevin Huber now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down 27-20. A little over 50 seconds remaining. Back to throw. He's got Landry, and he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They'll look to throw. It's complete. Kamara. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. The D brought the house, they called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they have a chance on that 4th down?
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. This ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck at the end, but a great job to come in here in a tough environment, Charles, and get the victory.
Yeah, tough environment indeed. How about all the people we can hear shouting from their seats right below us, partner? They weren't real happy that their team didn't keep the home field. How about how these visitors came in, calm every step of the way, even with all the pressure, and found a way to get out of here with a win. So for Cincinnati, their strong start to the year continues
Bengals as they're up to 5-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.